It's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here.
This edition of Unity Trend on Unity 93.3 FM, Unity TV. AG Adamo is my name, and I am the regular anchor, and I'm hitting your radio and TV this very morning, Thursday the 25th day in the month of July, the year 2024. The voice of reason from the home of peace and tourism. Unity Trend, Thursday's edition. Wow. It promises to be very, very interesting. And of course, we are streaming live already on Facebook, so you can connect with us at Unity Radio FM/TV Jos. The first segment, as usual, is the review segment, and the second is transit, and the last, we call it interactive, where you get to not only join, but you take lead. So stay tuned with us, I beg, so that you'll be part of the conversation. This cannot be without you. In the studio, without waste of time, is Barrister Paul Zaruma, that one barrister and legal practitioner based in Jos that believes in objective analysis. He's coming your way with nothing less than a big good morning, our listener and viewer.
A very big good morning to our listeners and viewers. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on which part of the world you are receiving this signal. It is my pleasure being here once again.
Thank you very much. Without waste of time, I have again in the studio that erudite public and current affairs analyst, Professor Paveno H. Bamaye. Another big good morning is coming your way on radio and hitting your screen right now. So stay tuned and enjoy it.
A big good morning to you viewers and listeners. In other parts of the world where it's not morning, good afternoon and good evening. It's wonderful to be here. Could be. Have you eaten?
Bless God.
And Barrister, have you eaten?
I was a little bit behind time.
Behind time, so you had to rush down. But you have the food.
Yes,
because some Nigerians don't have food to eat. That's why they want to protest. The hardships, the economic challenges. Some have gone 1, 2, 3 days even without any reasonable food. Met someone who said, I've not eaten since morning, you know. So I had to take the person to go and eat some food. So the challenges are enormous, viewers and listeners. But your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your resolutions, your objectives for 2024 must be realized. You've set a target, you must pursue it and ensure that it is achieved. Remember, your goals, your objectives must be SMART. That means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. That book you want to write or you're writing, that housing project, building project, the new job, the new trade, new skill. Talking about skill acquisition. Yesterday we were talking about people can learn how to make perfumes and Vaseline and soap, detergent, you know, and even sanitizer. And those things that we commonly use within our household so that you don't have to go and buy them at an exorbitant price out there. So have you acquired a new skill? What about the trip you said you undertake? Have you gone on that trip? How is your farming project? How about, you know, the new certificate you said you were going to acquire? Keep pursuing your dreams. Keep pursuing your visions. Keep pursuing your goals. There will certainly be resistance, but your persistence will break every resistance. Remember, sometimes you feel like giving up. But you must keep perspiring to acquire what you require in life. In case you do not acquire, don't retire, refire. You feel like throwing in the towel, don't do it. Winners don't quit. Quitters don't win. It might be very tough, but tough times never last. It is tough people that do. And sometimes you just don't understand what is happening. And you feel like you can't go on anymore. you must encourage yourself to keep soldiering on. You must always be optimistic. You must always see that there is a ray of light at the end of the tunnel. The economy of Nigeria or the world might be very, very difficult. Things might be very tough and challenging, but the lion will not eat grass in the jungle because he has not seen flesh. He will go out there and look for flesh. He will look for prey. No matter the economy of the jungle, the lion will not eat grass. So I want you to be focused. I want you to be diligent. Pursue your goals, your dreams, your visions. And while you keep pursuing those goals, dreams, and visions, always remember to be the change that you want to see in the world.
All right, on this platform, therefore, I support this shock absorber coming from the two gentlemen seated in the studio this morning by saying that you need to spice up your passion with some kinds of actions, else it will remain just an intention. And so tolerate yourself and tolerate your neighbor. Okay, with that, you will make wonderful contributions and all of these efforts to have a society, a community that has that element of peaceful coexistence. So thank you very much and God bless you. And again, stay away from being part of those who stigmatize the people living with disability. Thank you, a listener and viewer. Now, the main business of the day.
And could be just before that, today is a special day in the world. It is 25th July, 2024. It is the International Drowning Prevention Day. The World International Drowning Prevention Day. It is dedicated to raising awareness about maritime activities, rivers, sea, oceans, and the rest, and the plight of people who live close to water, river or seas or oceans, and the drowning that keeps taking place. The World Health Organization reported that in Nigeria alone, we had 6,584 people that drowned to death in 2020. The ones that died, the ones that were rescued, also in multiple thousands. Nigeria has the highest drowning rate in Africa. And around the world, every year, at least 236,000 people drown to death. So, as the world marks this International Drowning Prevention Day, we want to encourage relevant authorities to put safety mechanisms around our dams, like the Lamingo Dam. People have drowned to death there. Recall that just some time ago, they had to bring out the corpse of somebody who had drowned. In places where they have rivers and streams, little children go there to play and to wash themselves, and they end up drowning. In fact, some people even drown in swimming pools, you know, and all that. So, on this International Drowning Prevention Day, relevant authorities must wake up and remember that the task of protecting human life is sacred. And so, parents, do everything you can. If you are sending somebody to go to the dam and fetch water, or your children say they want to go around the dam for sightseeing, you must ensure that an adult is there and that you keep watch over them. I remember as a little boy growing up, we lived close to the river Benue, and many young people died in that river. In fact, a section of the river there, they call it Kogimutua. Kogimutua means river of death. I remember one day a secondary school student went there to fetch water along with friends, and then they got into swimming, and he drowned. It was my mom that removed her wrapper and gave the rescuers that brought out the dead body so they can cover the dead body. because by the time they ran for help to get expert divers that went into the river, the young man was already dead. They brought out his dead body and wrapped the dead body with my mom's wrapper. So on this International Drowning Prevention Day, let us arise, wake up, and do the needful to reduce the number of people who drown in our rivers, in our streams, in our dams, in swimming pools, and any other water body.
All right, thank you very much, Professor. And this figure you gave us from the World Health, is it Health?
World
Health Organization.
Yes,
6,584 deaths in 1 year.
The reported ones.
Yes, these are the reported ones, official figures. Many of the ones we have around, nobody reports, so it's not even part of the figure.
Rafimpa Sabonlai, there used to be a pedestrian bridge just in just north here. Yes, that bridge was, destroyed by heavy water, rains. There were the time last 5 years. And that bridge is not there. So an adult at least and a small boy got drowned in that river. And so we've been calling on this platform that that river should, the bridge should be fixed so that we don't get to experience that again.
That's right.
Recently also we have a case of students that were going to finish their junior work somewhere in Kaduna. They were returning back to their homes and they got drowned because of want of a pedestrian bridge. So it was quite unfortunate. It was a good number of them that died that very day. It was a sad incident in that village. We dedicate this World Drowning Day to them. I think this happened at the beginning of the rainy season. Yes, and we reported it here in the Unity FM.
I remember there was one like that too. We made news about, and then the headlines, the issues we have. Nnamdi Kanu, diaspora voting make list as organizers unveil 15 demands. A nationwide protest, Nigerian governors meet in Abuja. I think I love this and I pray for more, and I pray the results get to reach us right away. Only good economy can stop Japa syndrome in Nigeria, and this is credited to OT. Federal government warns the planned nationwide protest may lead to anarchy. This and lots more is coming your way. And of course, Femi Otedola, Nigerian billionaire and the chairman of First Bank, has called for support for Aliko Dangote. All right, is a big one there, but please permit me to say this before we dive into these issues. The saying goes, behind a successful man,
every successful man is a woman. It's no more behind now, it's beside.
So now, I love it with the meaning that is attached to it. It gives it a balance. Beside now. So I just want to appreciate our mothers who made it possible for Professor to be in the studio every morning. Our mother at home there or in the office who made it possible for Barrister Zaruma to be in the studio anytime I call. And also Barrister Munir and also Dr. Ismail Isa and lots more who made it possible for this gentleman to always come to studio. They call it a community service. I truly appreciate you. I have to say this on air because it's wonderful. I really cannot stop but saying thank you.
You know, the proverb you use, yes. The extreme feminists will say that that proverb is also wrong. That why are we emphasizing a successful man? Is it that?
Yes, and that's true. I think so. The same way it applies to behind or beside a successful woman is a man.
That's right.
All right, let's begin our issues.
So the two are one, you know, yes, and they have to work together.
After all,
you know, a woman said to us that you men, you said you're the head. We are the neck.
Yes.
We decide where the head turns, you know.
I think also culturally in Africa, that has been the position. And even that position of African culture supports the law of nature. But, you know, when you look at some of this feminism, extreme feminism, you will, some of their views are against.
They are questionable.
They don't admit that they are the neck.
All right.
So, but that be that as it may, it is a world, it's a global village, so people are entitled to their views and opinions.
In fact,
so
now the world is no more a global village.
Yes.
The world now is in one room. In your room alone, you can have the whole world.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
In that room, you can do all your transactions, visit nations through internet, do everything. So it has become a room.
Yes, not a village.
All right, so charity begins at home. Our governor, His Excellency Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang, currently is already in Abuja. One of those headlines you read said that the governors are converging in the Federal Capital Territory because of the emergencies we have across the country. His Excellency Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang was one of the first governors to arrive Abuja. Yesterday, they started arriving in the evening. They should be entering in for their meeting or preparing for the meeting. That's if they have not been meeting the whole night, you know, because of the threat of protests and insecurity and other issues across the country. So the Nigerian Governors Forum is converging at their secretariat in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, to meet and discuss these issues. Remember that this nationwide protest is going to affect the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. And recall also that earlier on, the protesters have seen that Plateau is one of the areas that they're expecting massive protests. In fact, if you read the handwriting on the wall or try to read the pulse of the average Platonian, they are ready for this protest. I've been monitoring discussions in different media, including Unity FM and other radio stations and TV stations, and looks as if the youths are warming up, especially on the plateau. In fact, some of them are saying the date is even far. Just we are ready to go out right now, you know, to begin the protest. Of course, the average citizen on the plateau is happy with His Excellency Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang at the state level, but at the federal level, they're saying things are really bad, and so we must join this protest. So governors across the country are converging from Maiduguri to Lagos, from Sokoto to Port Harcourt, and from Abuja to Abakaliki. They are converging to discuss the way forward. And you know, could be, if you ask me, this is fire brigade approach, because this has been in the making for weeks. The government should have done something the first day this issue started, but we allowed it to, you know, snowball, and we allowed it to ripple, you know, across the country. Now, yesterday, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation met with ministers and other stakeholders still about this protest matter. Today the governors are meeting. Tomorrow maybe it will be service chiefs. Another day it will be this until August 1st, because the protests are supposed to start from the 1st of August to the 10th or even beyond, because it depends on whether the protesters are happy that their demands have been met or not. Just in one of the headlines, they have presented a list of 15 demands. I've read some of the demands. I said, wow, some of these demands will be impossible. They're not realistic. But there are some of them that the government can do something about. Talking about food prices, we've advocated that the government should do something about maybe price regulation like they do in some other economies that we might feel that maybe they are not as liberal as we are, but they are. In Malaysia, I know that the price of bread is the same across the country. Whether you cross the sea to go and buy it, they don't care. The price of bread cannot exceed the fixed price of the government. You can sell below, but you cannot go above 2 ringgit, 50 cents, for example. Now, the petrol is dissenting. Of course, they don't have petrol queues. If you are buying coke, the price is the same across the country. You are buying rice, chicken, beef, you know, food items are regulated. Anything that the people eat, the government has put a benchmark. You cannot go above that price. And the government ensures if you have a problem with transportation, we'll help you. You have a problem, you need subsidy to ensure that people get their food at this price, not above this, we will help you. They have wet markets that operate 24 hours. You can go at 2 a.m., buy your vegetables, buy anything you want, 3 a.m., 24 hours of the day. Now, and the people are happy because they have to eat. They eat, the average Malaysian eats 4, 5, 6, 7, some 10 times even a day. So when it comes to food, the government needs to do something about food prices that are skyrocketing. Now, another of the demands of these August 1st protesters has to do with funding universities. And I think ASU is happy about this, that the universities must be properly funded. And they are against the government giving loans to students, and they are saying the government should give grants to students instead of loans. And well, that again is another demand that the government can, you know, attempt to. Now, electricity tariffs, and the issues all boiling around the hardships, the economic challenges that the country is currently facing. One of the ringleaders of this protest, you know, yesterday we were saying identify the ringleaders. Yes. It's Omuyele Showore. Showore is one of the ringleaders. Now, these are the people you should identify and talk to them and sit at the table of dialogue along with others. Labour, NLC has said, we are not the ones organizing the protest. Please don't say it is the NLC. They said we are not the ones organizing. The people organizing are organizing. You know, if you ask, my opinion could be, I believe that the protest should go ahead. The government should ensure that the protesters are safe. The police, we have about 300,000 strong police force in the country. You can add the army, add NSCDC and all that. They can provide adequate security for the protesters across the entire length and breadth of this country to ensure that we don't have a repeat of NSAS. Because, you know, what the government has been shouting and making noise about is that NSAS, what happened in NSAS? The NSAS protesters, like Barrister Zaruma observed yesterday, you know, were peaceful at the beginning. It was when the security forces used unreasonable force, used disproportionate force, used the firearms against the protesters. That's when it turned violent. So if the security forces will protect these protesters, of course I know that the government is using all manner of devices to see that they don't the protest doesn't take place. Just yesterday, the charismatic bishops conference of Nigeria, led by Archbishop Leonard Kawas. Leonard Kawas was our contemporary at the University of Maiduguri. He did a mass comm. He left somewhere along the line to answer the call. He's an archbishop, and he's currently leading the charismatic bishops of Nigeria. They said that their congregations combined is 20 million people. And they said that they are not in support of the protest. They don't want to be part of the protest. And they don't want their congregants to be part of the protest. And they went to see the government, represented by the Minister of Information. Now, using clerics to tell protesters not to protest is not going to work. Right? Because some of these young people are already rebelling against imams, rebelling against pastors. They already saying, you can't tell us what to do. Where were you when we were suffering? Where were you with all the hardships? Why didn't you tell the government to do something? Why didn't you stop all the hardships? Is it now you will tell us that we should not protest? So this protest, I believe personally, should go ahead, but the security forces must ensure that it is peaceful. Now, for it to be peaceful, they must be proactive. Station yourself strategically, go along with the protesters everywhere they go and screen those hooligans, hoodlums that will try to infiltrate. You have to stop them. Those are the people to arrest, you know, and keep them where they belong, so that the real peaceful protesters can protest peacefully. As long as this protest is peaceful we don't have any problem with it, because sometimes when we talk like this, some people might be thinking that we're against the protest. No. Peaceful protest, I will be the first person to be in the forefront, to lead a protest that is peaceful, so that the government can see that the people are suffering, there is hardship in the country, and something drastic, decisive, and urgent must be done about it.
All right, I think, well, that is if it will be peaceful. And I believe that you know better than I do, Prof, that the saying goes, a hungry man is an angry man. So if a hungry man is an angry man, and you have always established in most of your submissions that Nigerians are going through a lot, and if they're going through a lot, do you think that they have what it takes to actually have a peaceful protest? And I know that that will change your opinion, just for the prediction that it might not be peaceful. That is the fear. Everybody is in support of protest, but will it be peaceful? Well, our listener and viewer, it's time for a commercial break. We'll continue just after it, so I beg that you stay tuned.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
Please pay attention, it starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay. Say it's just business, all about the money. You know they're on a fast lane, but you've got business to run. So you look away the other way.
It concerns you. It kill love, it kill dreams. It land people for jail. War against drug abuse.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune in to Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here.
Thank you. Permit me to say welcome back. This is Unity Trend on Unity 93.3 FM and TV. This is the second segment coming your way this lovely Thursday morning, the 25th day, of course, the 7th month in the year 2024. The year is running quite, very fast, and give it to God. He has made it possible all alone. No one was there to help God have you see this wonderful day. And remember, this day never comes back after today, and there has never been a day that is this day. And so make sure that you make the best of it and to be a blessing to somebody, because it's a good day coming from a good God. Yes. But if you're passing through any health challenge, I pray God remembers you this day for good and for healings. Thank you. In the studio, it has been Professor Proveno H. Bamaye and Barrister Paul Saruma. We'll just continue with some of the issue we were touching or looking at. Today, actually, we want to discussion on this segment to tilt towards talking about the holidays. Okay, we have our children in school, particularly primary and secondary school, and of course, most of the tertiary institutions too will be having a little of some holidays somehow. Then, what is expected of parents? We pray we'll be able to look at that. Gentlemen in the studio, let's just continue and give updates, and particularly the issue of proposed nationwide protest.
Still on the protests, there are a lot of organizations reacting differently to the protests, and particularly the Nigerian police. The IG of police have come out to say that Nigerians have right to protest, peaceful protests, but not violent protests. And then he has also added that they are going to give the protesters security cover, so that the protests will not be hijacked by hoodlums. That shows that the IGP of Nigerian police is a Democrat. There was no any issue of threat to the protesters. That was, it shows how highly enlightened and civil he is. And with this kind of posture, they can take the Nigerian police. He can take Nigerian police to higher heights. Another organization that came to speak, group of people, is the Southeast Governors Forum. They said that they are not encouraging the protest as long as they are concerned that the atmosphere is too sensitive for such a protest. After the meeting with the SGF yesterday, the federal government has also issued a statement, which I felt is a diplomatic statement and a democratic statement. I think the government handling of the issue is very civil, in that they stated that they are going to handle the protest like a family affair. They said the protesters are Nigerian citizens, and then also their sisters and brothers and mothers and younger brothers and children of those in government. So they will not treat them as non-citizens. So they are calling on them that they will handle the protest as a family affair. And the federal government also said that yes, in a democratic settings, Nigerians have right to protest. However, they were calling on Nigerian citizens to exercise restraint, to see another better way of resolving the issue. Now, another popular voice, Femi Falana, has said that nobody should intimidate or harass any protester. Now, he has also lent his voice that he is behind the protest, and then as long as he is concerned, Nigerians are really suffering. And then part of the dividend of democracy, part of an inherent fundamental right of a human being and a citizen of Nigeria is right to self-expression. And Nigerians are under into excruciating difficulty. They have the right to express their pains, their bitterness, and so on and so forth. Now, be that as it may, I haven't come across any report from the civil defense and other organizations, but we must give kudos to the authorities by their way of approach. So far, I've not come across any headline that is expressing intimidation or trying to belittle the protesters or trying to dismiss it like it has been done in the past. So I think this is a new approach. And just like I stated yesterday, I'm emphatically saying that one thing that we give it to Tinubu, that he is a Democrat. So, and that is how we want things to be approached. And then Femi Falana further stated that Nigerians have the right to opinion. So, and then government, in reacting to Femi Falana, they say Femi Falana is also entitled to his opinion as any Democrat, as any citizen of Nigeria, sorry. So, and then you can see the way the whole thing is going. A lot of diplomacy is coming in, a lot of civility is playing in, and then this is what we are calling, this is the thing. So when they are doing the right thing, we have to say it also in this platform, that the era of harassing people, intimidating people, when they express their opinion, is over. We're in a democratic setting. So, it's unfortunate whenever some of these agencies want to harass or intimidate people or giggle free speech, they quote some of their quotes, some laws, and then the question is that law, does that law supersede the Constitution? The Constitution is supreme. The Constitution itself says that any other law that is inconsistent with the provision of the Constitution is subject to that law, that it is inconsistent. That law is inconsistent. It's null and void. So it is very unfortunate. You know, we appreciate the democratic posture of the handlers of the protest, the SGF. In fact, it was protest that brought about democracy in Nigeria. It was protest that brought about freedom in Nigeria. Apart from protest, it was also freedom of speech that brought about independence in Nigeria, that took us from military regime. The likes of Femi Falana, the likes of Gani Fawemi, the likes of even the Fatai Fagbemi, the President Attorney General, was an active advocate for free speech and an independence, right to self-expression. You know, so we really encourage, we appreciate the government that they are not harassing, they are not intimidating. We have not had any case of any arrest. We also appreciate the security forces. We have not had any cases of random arrests of the protesters. It's not only the person that Prof. Elia mentioned. Even Deji Adeonjo has come up to say he's supporting the protest. Aisha Yusuf has actively said that she is supporting the protest. Nigerians should allow to support, even though she didn't come out to say she will join the protest, but she says she's supporting it. Okay. So there are so many people that are saying, okay, we are supporting it. You know, so we should. People have the right to self-expression. People have the right to free speech. We should not giggle people so that they will not express themselves. We should allow people, Nigerian citizens have the right to express themselves. However, we are cautioning the protesters not to allow it to snowball into violence. And we are also encouraging the security agencies as well as government and relevant stakeholders to make sure and ensure that the protest is well handled. Just like yesterday, I pointed that the last EndSARS was not properly handled. You know, it started very decently. Just like I pointed, there were even a group of people picking trash. If they throw something like trash on the street, there are a group of people that were picking trash. They were organized. In fact, the one I saw in Jos, there were ambulances. People volunteer their ambulances. Red Cross was there, and other private hospitals volunteered their ambulances in the event of any this thing. And then there were also people controlling traffic. EndSARS was very organized. It was improper handling of the EndSARS by the Buhari regime that led to the chaos and rancor we had. And then the way the Tinubu regime have started, I think it's a good approach, the diplomatic approach. Nobody should be arrested, no random arrest, nobody should be harassed, nobody should be intimidated. Yes, the protesters should be given a security cover so that hoodlums will not hijack the protest in the event that protests take place, because we don't have assurance that it may take place. The organizers may decide to call off the protest, they may decide to withdraw from the protest, and so many other things. And then also, lastly, I will point out that most of the organizations that are coming out to say that people should not protest and whatever, Southeast governors that now are saying people should not protest, what actually have they done to the citizens? Now, even the governors that are meeting in Abuja, what actually have they done to the citizens? So you can see that, in fact, one of the major problems that Nigerians are having is the governors themselves. You know, and what area? The governors are trying to suffocate State House of Assembly. In fact, the State House of Assembly of all the states are under the pocket of the House of the governors. They are manipulating them and are doing whatever they feel like doing to do with them. The state governors are trying to bastardize our traditional institutions. That is why you could see what is happening in Kano, what is happening in Sokoto, what is happening all over the place, because the state governors are trying to bastardize. The state governors have bastardized the local government as the tier of government. That is why the president, I say this is one of the greatest achievements of the president for liberating the local government. The local government funds and resources will be used to fund other institutions and organizations and state organizations, while a local government staff is receiving half salary. There is no level of injustice that is more than that. So we appreciate the fact that the Tinubu government want to liberate the local government. So the state governors, if we keep on mentioning some of the things that the state governors are doing, you know, look at how they have bastardized the state SEC, that is the State Electoral Commission. Even when people are complaining that INEC is rigging election and doing all sorts of things, the people are even saying they rather have an INEC to conduct the election, because INEC is a lesser devil than State Electoral Commission. Okay. So you can see, INEC is a lesser devil than state, because at least in some cases INEC demonstrate a lot of fairness, a lot of transparency, and they even go ahead and announce result. And if you take INEC to tribunal, they have a result to tender. Unlike what we are having in state sex, that they will just come and announce a result from nowhere. So you can see that state governors are part of the problems of our democracy. We are praying for the day that our state House of Assembly will also be liberated. And again, the same state governors are trying to suffocate the judiciary. They are trying to tie the hands of the judiciary. So you can see these are some of the things that we are also hoping that someday our judiciary will really be independent of the state governors at state level, and the judiciary at the federal level will also be independent at the federal level.
All right, Barrister Paul Saruma, now back to the proposed nationwide strike. Now again, the body language, you brought this language yesterday actually on this platform, the body language of the president and of course most of his the people, advices and so on and so forth, there is hardly any that is not in support of the protest, but that it might be, hardly be peaceful. And because you can perceive that, like you have said already, that the atmosphere is very sensitive, and it's one that you
that's what Southeastern governors are saying.
So is there assurance that this will be peaceful, even with the security, providing security to handle this? Will it be? And I think most of the speech that you have there released by people representing the president, they would like, okay, since there is no assurance that this can be peaceful, because it's most likely hoodlums could just hijack this and turn it to be bloody and very unacceptable. So why not look at other means to solve this? And again, the federal government is tilting towards to discuss the issues, not the protest. Like, okay, what is the problem? How can we fix it? The ones we can do now, let's just see how we can do it. Now, the lawmakers slashed their basic salaries by 50%. What people are yearning or waiting to see, it is not the effort, but it is let it start working. For instance, I went to a shop to buy a bag of pure water, Normally it's 350 naira, and they sold it to me that day 300 naira. I was wow. So if you can just have the mudu of gari today, even if it is by 50 naira or 100 naira reduction, that will help a long way. But people coming out again and saying don't do it, organizations saying don't do it, it's provoking the people the more. Because in a tricycle, commercial tricycle I joined, there were passengers. I was one of them. And when I tried to say, this protest will not help us, I was alone in that tricycle. Everybody was, it was like a fight to me. Why would you say we shouldn't do this? So the more people are out to say don't, it's like people are saying, okay, so you are not part of us in this country. So please, I think it's sensitive. We still
I was trying to check, confirm a source of a report. While Prof was talking earlier, you know, when Prof mentioned that Nigerians are suffering, a family said that they have been eating grass for the past 3 days.
Can you imagine?
In Nigeria,
just find
I was reading it this morning. So when Prof was said that Nigerians are really suffering, Nigerians are suffering. Many people that car owners now, they have parked their cars. Look at our roads, very scanty, very scanty. Go anywhere. There is no hold up anywhere in Jos. I can challenge you. Even recently, I traveled to Abuja. You hardly see traffic in Abuja. If you see traffic, maybe one car knocked down or something like that. But there is free flow even in Abuja. So you can see that many people have parked their cars. Life is unbearable for people. In some offices, so they make an arrangement. You will do the work of 5 people for maybe Monday to Wednesday, so that you will not be able to come to office Thursdays and Friday, and then the next week they will rotate. Another senior officer in an office, he said that he took, since his office have a lot of space, he took his clothes. He used to sleep in the office. He only returned home during the weekend in Abuja. Can you imagine what Nigerians are passing through? If a senior staff can undergo that, a deputy director can undergo that, because he said he did his plus and minus. He realized that he's just working for the filling station. So for him to keep something for his family, he has to make that arrangement. So if people are passing through these things, Nigerians are really going through excruciating difficulty.
Absolutely.
The process.
Yeah, it could be, Barrister. You know, viewers and listeners, my question is, when the government keeps saying the protests will be hijacked, there will be hooligans, hoodlums, and all that, it is going to turn violent. My question is, who is responsible for security? Who is supposed to provide the security? Who is supposed to protect the citizens of Nigeria? The Constitution of Nigeria provides that the government, their primary responsibility shall be the welfare and security of Nigerians. So the primary responsibility of government shall be the welfare and security of the citizens of Nigeria. So if you are afraid that the protest will be hijacked, provide the security. Secure the protesters. Secure the roads, the places they will pass through. Ensure that it is safe. Under Goodluck Jonathan, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, Tunde Bakare, and many others led protests across the country. And nobody stopped them. So, now the tables have turned. And they're making noise now about the protests. When you were protesting, were you not enjoying it? Now that you are in power, allow the protesters to also enjoy the kind of protest you enjoy by providing security. Ensure that the protesters are safe. And that is doable. Because we have more than enough security forces in the country. Just that we are wasting some of them protecting our politicians from us, so that we don't have access to the politicians. You have one politician with 10 policemen and mobile policemen that are there to prevent the citizens from getting access to the politician. But if we utilize our police force, our NSCDC, we use, army shouldn't come in civilian, affairs, except where there is a threat to territorial integrity. The police should be able to secure the protesters across the 36 states in Nigeria and the Federal Capital Territory. There is no state in Nigeria that doesn't have thousands of policemen. Every state has at least 10,000 policemen. So they can secure the protesters. Even if there will be protests in the 774 local government areas in Nigeria, there are policemen in every local government area. So instead of making so much noise and heating up the polity and raising the temperature of Nigerians about, oh, it will be hijacked, there will be violence, there will be killing, remember NSAS, remember all this. Let's also remember January 2012. Let's remember 2011. Was it not relatively peaceful? So the government, instead of expending their energy crying and making noise and saying it will be hijacked, because when you keep making noise like that, we become suspicious that you might be the ones that want to inject hooligans and hoodlums in the crowd. Just like we saw happen in the previous administration. We saw them bring in hoodlums to cause commotion among protesters. So instead of making noise, the government should be strategizing. Inspector General of Police, now how many men do you have? How can you secure the protesters? How can you ensure that there are cameras around? How can you ensure that you have your snipers around? You have your men in mufti in all the places to ensure that if you sight one hoodlum entering with a weapon, you arrest him immediately. You see anybody that is a drug addict, that is misbehaving, that wants to enter the crowd and cause commotion, get him arrested and allow the peaceful protesters to go on peacefully with their protest. And please, don't come and use force, disproportionate force on the protesters. Come and open fire. I mean, in civilized climes, even if something is going wrong, you know, they use rubber bullets, they use water cannons and all that. But here in Nigeria, you went and you just opened fire on the Lekki toll gate protesters, and you killed, we don't even know how many were killed up to today. So the strategy should be, how do we secure the protesters? I tell you, if the government is serious about providing security, we'll have peaceful protests. This protest will come and go. There will not be any casualty.
Prof, what, in your opinion, you expect the government to do so that to even avert, if possible, this nationwide protest?
If they want to avert, that means they want to prevent stop the protesters convincingly, so the protesters can say, well, there is no more need to protest. So now it is to call all those social media influencers, the likes of Showore, the likes of Aisha Yusuf, the likes of all the rest of them, those people who have been given making videos, you know, identifying themselves, showing their faces, calling for this protest all over the country. Get them today. Today is 1 week to the beginning of the protest. Sit with them and say, please, what can we do so that you don't need to protest? Meet with them today. If you don't agree, continue the meeting. 24 hours, 48 hours. Continue the meeting. Don't stop. And while you're doing that, every day His Excellency the President should be addressing the nation. Come out and appeal to Nigerians, to the youths, and just like he has said before, I am going to do something about your demands. Yes. Please. Lovely. I don't want you to protest because I already know what you want. I will do something. Address them every day. I know some countries where the president in the middle of crisis addresses the country every day. Look at Ukraine, for example. At the beginning of the war, Vladimir Zelensky addressed his nation every blessed day. He was addressing the country. When was the last time that Bola Ahmed Tinubu addressed the youths or addressed the country? You know, as a father, you can address us morning and evening. Talk to us. Engage Nigerians in a discussion. Even have a town hall meeting where Nigerians can sit. Come meet with the president directly and talk to their president. Why can't we have that? If the government engages all the ringleaders, the arrowheads of this protest, those social media influencers, sit with them today, begin to talk, and then crash food prices within 24 hours to 48 hours. Because it is possible Remember the man that said by this time tomorrow, this will be the price of flour and all that. And it happened. I tell you that the government can empty the strategic food reserves today and release food and crash the prices instead of the trucks they will say they will send, and we've not seen anything. The other time when they released the palliatives, how many noodles of rice did you get, Kobe?
None at all.
How many bags?
None at all.
It's people like maybe Barrister, maybe got some bags, bags of rice, Because anytime they release those things, we don't see them. I've not seen even one cup of rice, even one piece of all these things. In fact, we don't even see them. Why are they? We don't even know. We've not even sighted the trucks. So, if the government will, within 24 hours, the president will cancel every meeting, every trip. All the governors suspend all the activities. All the ministers engage with these people. Let these youths know that you are desperately ready to solve the problem. I think that they will think, they will have a second thought and say these people are serious. They want to do something.
All right. Thank you very much, Professor Wame, and of course, Barrister Paul Saruma. Our listener and viewer, it's time for another commercial break, and just after it, we'll be right back. Please stay tuned.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was seeing things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune in to Unity TV today and let the excitement take over. Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
Unity. Unity TV.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again.
Thank you so much. Of course, Prof is still in the studio, and I'm happy to have him in the studio.
Sorry.
And of course, the barrister is still in the studio.
Anyway, let's do something.
Our listener and viewer, I'm so happy about this. And of course, let's just continue, by the way. It's time for you to join the conversation. It's the last segment for it this morning. And the studio line remains the same, and we're streaming live on Facebook at Unity Radio FM/TV Shows. Thank God we're having it here for us. We were enjoying ourselves behind or beside the camera now.
In fact, that was what kept Prof in the studio.
All right,
because we had other official engagement. We are sorry about that.
Prof is expected to also, be part of other meetings somewhere. But then, it's lovely. Community service, right?
Yes, it is community service.
All right, thank you. Listeners, it's lovely here, and we pray that God will continue to help us and give us directions. We are godly people, and we are religious people. Put together, I'm sure God is with us. He will never leave us nor forsake us. So you can begin to call already 070-3235-3315. The studio line is booting, and help me help Professor Bamaye, help Barrister Paul Zaruma, and stick to what we promote on this very platform. Peaceful coexistence. That's what we care for. And when you call, please do stay away from comments and statements that are capable of undermining any individual or group of individuals. So do away again. Don't stigmatize anyone at all. Don't confront anyone. No name calling. And that's what it is. On Facebook, at Unity Radio FM/TV just, and for text messages is 0808-478-9999. And remember, comments made on this platform and not in any way the position of Unity 93.3 FM. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Dr.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Amen. All right.
You see, my take first, Mr. Kubi, is this. The city president was in this country when President Muhammad Buhari came up with Naira redesign policy and MISALI. How did Nigeria then? He was the one that said he would bring back the old note to run with the new note. That means he showed that he had concern for Nigerians, and that's why most Nigerians even voted for him. You understand?
Okay.
These are one of the things he's supposed to take care of. Then on the other hand, they take there are scammers enjoying subsidy money. When those scammers were enjoying subsidy money, Nigerians were enjoying. You see, and the other way around, when the scammers now were blocked now not to enjoy Nigerians' money, Nigerians are suffering. There is something there that needs to be fixed. You see, the major thing I will say this morning is this. You see, if protesters want to protest, it is their constitutional right to protest as a Nigerian. Provide proper security for the people, so that at least there will be no casualty of any form of any form of attack on anyone. So let the government do the needful. They have a problem as large as salary by 50%. Can we see every other executive slashing down their cost of governance? Can we see the cost of food items coming down? The import duty, as we reduce the prices of food items, these are the major things we are saying.
All right, thank you.
Let do the needful. Left to me, I don't want the protest to wait. I want things to come down and see the country move on.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Adelmi.
Let protesters protest peacefully, and God bless Nigeria. Thank you, and God continue to bless the people for your good.
All right, thank you, Adelmi. 070-3235-3315 is the studio line. In 1 minute, please, name and location, and of course, your submission. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for calling. Your name?
Good morning to our double strikers. I am very happy and appreciate our professor and the barrister. We want to talk about I am Bashir Tankoli.
All right, Bashir. Let's have you in a
We
minute.
want to talk about this nationwide protest.
Okay.
The relevant authority, they should try to make sure that this nationwide protest is not take up because of some other people that they will be involved in doing something. But protest is allowed. We support the protest so that things will be coming back normal Nigeria. They should bring back subsidy. Only that is our opinion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, Aminu Abdullahi, yes, Emmanuel Marie, Muhammad Tajuddin, Abubakar Sadiq. Thank you. I'll be reading your comments anytime now. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is everything more calling from DPN. You see, I will cooperate with that. That's in the house. That's doing very, very well.
All right.
I want to see the issue of protest that is coming up. Actually, very, very unfortunate that the situation, the governors push the people into that without the action, I don't think that we can get it right. If you look at historically, since the connect of the situation, I think the people have been pushed into a certain level. The extent that the issue of poverty is very, very rare within our community.
Okay.
We are not going to be up to our excellency in this level. The extent that to go to school to treat a big problem. So how are we going to do? Are we going to put our hands away for this prestigious thing everybody has done in Nigeria? I think the only language the politician listens is the process. That's why we are calling for a peaceful process. As we know that we have some Muslims or bad eggs that are going to interfere into this policy. That's to say that everybody should be the security of themselves to make sure that this project has been a very, very peaceful one.
Thank
because
you.
Any person that we have seen that is going to interfere into the project is going to be arrested and is going to take to the security direct.
Thank you very much, Sadiq Kumar.
Our religious leaders and our traditional leaders, they should support this so that the dividend of democracy will be benefited by Nigeria. If not, Nigeria are the population, especially the people at the lower class.
Thank you, Sadiq Kumar. Thank you very much. Good morning, Kobe, Professor and the barrister in the studio. I'm watching you live from Rico's in Cementi. Well, we are calling government to do the needful, okay? And then, well, then always, please, people are really suffering for this country. Okay, Aminu. Okay, Emmanuel Mary said, good morning, Unity FM. I fully support this protest. People are seeing hell on this country. Mary, all right. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kubi. Good morning, Barrister and the prof in the house.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Nahude was correct for terminus.
Mr. Kingsley,
my brother, yes.
Thank you.
In this platform, I was always saying it. If what we are, government, governors are sitting down to do meeting that let them call the cause of the governor, I'll be happy. And let them cause the, I'm saying it, import of container. 40 feet is about 20-something million naira for cleaning 40 feet. 20 feet is 21 million. They are clearing it in work. Confirm this thing I'm telling you. 40 feet is about 420 million naira. Let them cause that. This is what I'm saying. If they are saying that they are going to cut down the cost of petrol, cause the clearing of work, things will be better for us. So that we know that they are doing meeting.
All right, thank you.
For this man to have a meeting in Abuja, say the bishop of CBM, they should not do this, they should not do that. Where is he? When the first speech,
thank you very much.
For fuel to go up. This is what I'm saying.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Kingsley Barnabas, calling all the way from Terminals here in Just North Plateau State, Nigeria. Muhammad Tajuddin is watching. Yes, and Abubakar Sadiq Uwais is saying, good morning, Unity Train. I like the analysis of the prof and the barrister. Keep up the good work. Honestly speaking, Nigerians are suffering and the language government understand is protest. I pray the protest will be peaceful. Hello, good morning. All right, Mr. Benedict, a minute, please, go on.
Yes, also permit me to say good morning to the barrister and the professor in the studio.
You're welcome.
It is unfortunate that our leaders do not understand the plight of the Nigerian citizens. We go to the people that push them and make them to become presidents and ministers and governors, even other political appointees that actually help the president or the government to function.
All right.
Every time that the National Assembly wants to look into the issue of reducing the salary is when the people have come out to say they want to protest. The only time that the governor wants to send a list of talks of
Yeah, okay.
So, the question I want to ask this morning to Nigerians and to even the leaders is this. If the people have not come to say they want to protest, so the issue of sending this game of will not even come into question in the first place. And the parliamentary state, the lawmakers will not even think of releasing their salary.
Okay.
It is so unfortunate. And I want to say that anybody who wants to discourage this issue of going on, the peaceful protest, that person is an enemy of this country. Because the whole undertaking, the whole money that is being generated in this country, the politicians are looking at it as it is their own big right.
All right, thank you.
They need to use it the way they like. It is the leftover.
Mr. Benedict.
It is the leftover they want to share to all 220 million people. And so we cannot continue this running country like this. The people have the right to come out and say, enough of this country is enough. Nobody, they share of, it's saying that we should not come out. It is actually not right. Because nobody has come out to tell you that it's going to be a violent protest. Nobody has come out to say that. I've not had it, even not even from the position.
All right, it's 2 minutes already. It's 2 minutes already, Mr. Benedict.
I'm like, the government should come and prevent a cover for them and make sure that nobody comes to actually...
All right, thank you. Thank you, Sir Benedict. I'm sorry. I am truly sorry. I apologize. It's 3 minutes already, your time. And please, just, I know there's a lot, but make sure you just help us so that every other person who wants to call will be able to do same. In 1 minute, please. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Well, good morning, CB, PB, and BZ. We are glad to have you. May we show love one to another. When bad luck chooses a man as companion, even a ripe banana can remove his or her teeth. May Allah remove every bad luck, Emir, from your life. I mean, do you know where your child is now? Be a good neighbor, Hassan Garba. Thank you, Hassan Garba. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello, good morning. Okay, it's like that. He's not getting us. Good morning, Kubi, and all the analysts in the studio. I guess the government and the clerics don't. Okay, I have idea what the masses are going through. They would have taken place before now. No greedy clergyman will stop from protesting because the situations warrant it. We can't be slaves in our own country. Thank you from okay, standing with the mercies. Abbas, okay, it's from Abbas. Abbas, thank you. Mine. Good morning, Unity FM, Kobe, Prof B, Barrister Zaruma. I am overwhelmed when you identified woman as the head. Okay, as the head. The protest should hold out peacefully. The common Nigeria will express his feelings, and so it's not Daniel, Daladi Adamu, 1 man, 1 farm, 1 woman, 2 farms. Thank you. Okay, good morning, Kobe, Prof B, and the barrister is Officer Bako compares the federal should federal should leave the citizens of the country to express their views against the economic hardship that affects Nigerians. Seafood insecurities. Okay, high cost of living insecurity, high increase in tariff, unemployment. Citizens should recall their representatives back. That is the only solution to Nigerians. God bless Unity FM. Is Officer Bako compares from Carbon. All right. Very quickly here again, another text message. Yes, a good morning, could be Prof B and the barrister. If the government are afraid of the nationwide protest, they should do the right thing. If you can't be the light to brighten people's need, then don't be a darkness to cover their efforts. I support the nationwide protest. Amy Longs from Agingi. All right, and Christy Zhang is saying, good morning, Kobe, our amiable, consistent, and passionate analyst, the objective analyst, the barrister Zaruma. Kudos always for your wonderful and objective analysis. Honestly, Nigerians are going through excruciating pains and hunger. How I wish the government would, as a matter of urgency, respond and do the needful about some of the important demands of the protesters to avert this protest. Please, we must all be peaceful. This protest eventually takes place. Peace is priceless. Let's live in peace. God bless Unity FM and Nigeria. Christy Izang from Rukuba Road. Morning, gentlemen. A person is said to be a leader when he practice what he says. In other words, a leader is he who leads by example. They said the citizens should sacrifice, but is the government sacrificing? And they said the citizens should patronize local products, but are they the same? By all indications, they are rulers, and the only language the rulers understand is protest. Therefore, let's protest. Ibro Eto Ricos. Okay? All right. Lots more here. This one could be Mr. Kubi. Good morning, Professor P.H. Bamayi and the barrister. God Almighty, with His infinite mercy, things will be okay for us in our dear blessed nations. Please keep the great work in the studio. Thank you, Ismail Isa. Just thank you, Ismail Isa. Another one. Good morning, Kobe, Prof. B, and the barrister Zaruma in house. I always appreciate the words of the encouragement pouring all the time by the Prof. Keep on doing the good work. The matter of fact, there is no going back on this issue of protest. Yusuf Lawan Sani from Bauchi Ring Road, Jos. Oh, mine. It's lovely. Anyway, Bullis, Home and Esther in Faringada. Good morning, Kobe and the professor, the barrister in the studio. May God continue to bless you both for the wonderful work you are doing out there. We pray for a better Nigeria of our dream. Thank you, Bullis, Esther, Home. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Kobe.
Thank you for calling.
Family and Barrister Zaruma.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, this is Pastor Young T of Doncaster.
It's good to have you. A minute, please.
Thank you so much for the wonderful analysis from Barrister and Prof.
You're welcome.
You know, protest is the only way for Nigerians to, show their displeasure on some of the policies that governments are bringing. But it seems in Nigeria...
Are you there? Oh my, I think we lost Pastor Henry. His line is no longer, connected. So, but you can call us if you want to be part of this program. The studio line to join us is 070-3235-3315. The line again, 070-3235-3315. All right. And, well, Prof, I think there's a lot to say here concerning this protest. It's not the protest, but I think it's the issue that is leading to people wanting to propose such a protest. Hello, good morning. Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
All right, 070-3235-3315. Well, you may need to call us back. Hello, good morning. Hello? Oh, mine. Hello. Well, I think we'll just start responding to some of this, even time is not on our side. Hello,
yes, with
good morning.
respect to this...
Hello, good morning.
Barrister, sorry, I think we have someone. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, sir.
Crystal clear, sound and clear. We can hear you. Let's just respond quickly, please.
Yes, with respect to this issue of right to freedom of expression, it is contained in the African Charter, which Nigeria is the signatory to. And then the 1999 Constitution has amended, particularly in Section 39, subsection 1, said every person shall be entitled to freedom of expression, including freedom to hold opinion and to receive and impart or impart idea and information without interference. Now, if you jump to Section 40 of the same Constitution, it said everybody shall be entitled to assemble freely and associate with other person, and in particular, excuse me, he may even form or belong to any political party, trade union, or any form of association for the protection of his interests, provided that that provision of the section shall not derogate from the powers conferred by this Constitution.
Okay.
So now, if you look at all the relevant sections, and the Constitution being the grand norm, the mother of all laws in Nigeria, that people have the right to self-expression, people have the right to assemble peacefully, and they also have the right in that assembly right to protest. Like I earlier pointed, that protest, media freedom, and right to sex expression was the brainchild of Nigerian independence in 1960. And then when Nigeria was dragged into a military regime, it is the same protest that also became the brain protest, self-expression, rights, peaceful assembly, became the brainchild of Nigerians' return to the Fourth Republic, which were enjoying democracy today. And if you will recall, not long ago, when Tinubu was celebrating his 1 year in office, he celebrated those heroes who participated with them in protests, even during military regime. So he is saying that he is also a brainchild of protest. So protest is important. Protest is also an essential element of democracy because it is a vehicle used in pushing for certain demand and other things that affect the people. So what Nigerians are doing is legal, is not out of the law, and like we rightly pointed out, and which I also appreciate the Inspector General of Police for also agreeing with that position, that people does not need permission of either police, DSS, soldier, or anybody to protest. You don't need the permission. You only need to inform them so that they will give you security cover, but you don't need a permission for them because that right is inherent.
As we round up, Prof.
Yeah, you know, Ole Soyinka said, the man dies in him who keeps silent in the face of oppression, in the face of tyranny, in the face of difficulties, hardships like we're facing. This is the time that silence is not golden. You know, Martin Luther King Jr. said something that in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. This is not the time to be silent. People are eating grass and you are silent. People are going for days without food and you're silent. People go to the market and they come back with high blood pressure because of the prices of essential commodities and you're silent. People go and they return back frustrated from the market. They are not even able to buy what they want. And you're silent. People are trekking, not because they want to do exercise, but because they cannot afford to pay for transport across the country, and you're silent. People have dropped out of school because they can't pay school fees, and you're silent. I mean, people want to commit suicide because of the difficulties and challenges in the country, and you're silent. This is not the time to be silent. This is the time to speak out. And this is the time to act for a better Nigeria. The Nigeria of our dreams. And this is possible. If we join hands together, we can build a wonderful, glorious, strong Nigeria. We have the human resources. We have the mineral resources. We have the material resources. We have the educational resources. We have everything we need to succeed as a nation. But the challenge we've had over the years is leadership. We've not had good leadership, bad governance. And this is what the protest is all about. End bad governance. End these economic challenges. End insecurity. If we end bad governance in Nigeria, Nigeria will be a tourist attraction for the rest of the world. It will be a country that will be proud to be part of. We'll be proud of our green passport wherever we go around the world. If we can have the Nigeria of our dreams where we have good governance, because everything we need, we have it in this country. It is just because we don't have the people in power who will lead us to the promised land. So Nigerians, don't give up on Nigeria. Let's keep aspiring to acquire what we require in Nigeria. In case we don't acquire, please don't retire. Refire.
Thank you very much, Master Paul Zaruma, Professor Page Bamayi. Thank you, our dear listener and viewer. On this note, we have come to the end of today's edition of Unity Trend on your radio and TV. Of course, I appreciate Director of Admin, Mr. Rabiu Abdullahi, and Director of Operations and Director of Programs as well, Mr. Nazifi Abdullahi, Shamsuddin Kabir, our GSM, DJ Pamor, Engineer Sali Mohammed Narogo. I truly appreciate you. A community broadcast comes your way after this very program on our radio arm. Yes, for us on this platform, as we say bye-bye, remember that Nigeria is a great nation, and of course, together we make it work. And so, let's remember that peaceful coexistence takes it all. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead.